Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now, just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional, holistic and spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive in there, Scorpio, and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Alright, and plus, let's see what messages the cards have about your person. Okay, so you were coming in with the Death card, and you were also coming in with Temperance here. That Death card is your card here, guys. Alright, Pluto. It actually comes in as something quite positive here, Scorpio, and what I'm picking up. Alright, let's break that down, okay? The past has ended, most definitely here. Okay, when it comes to your person. There are past patterns and habits here. And maybe even yourself here, Scorpio. Alright. It comes down to social groups. It comes down to circle of friends here, communities that your person was involved in, and maybe even yourself here, Scorpio. That's changing. There's big changes happening for you and your person in that area of your life here. And what it talks about there is building new friendships. That's what I'm also picking up here. Becoming a part of a new circle of friends, or new communities here, involving yourself here. And what could be quite positive about that here, Scorpio, is that you've learnt your lessons from the past here. So you've learnt more about yourself and how you interact, effective communication. You're also coming in with appreciation here, respect here. Yeah. See, and you're actually making it happen. Your person's actually making it happen here. They're actually bringing it into their reality here by living it, guys? It's become a part of their everyday life. That's what's happening here. But with both these cards on the table, coming in with Temperance, what it talks about there in your reading is that you're only just planting those seeds. Your person has only just started to plant those seeds. It hasn't grown full blown yet. Alright, but there is, well, what it's telling me here in your reading is that there is an opportunity that some of these relationships that your person is building, and even yourself here, are going to be really good ones here. Because it's the way that you've built them, it's the way that you're interacting here. It's coming from a place of understanding. It's coming from a place of, I want to say, appreciation here, guys. Yeah. And wisdom. You know, it's like saying here in your reading, starting off on the right foot. That's what it's talking about here. Because you've gone through some kind of intense purging here, guys. Yeah. here. See, it's not just about your mindset, your heart space. And this is also coming in with your body, in a sense here, guys. Health and well-being. I do seem to think that's also a part of what's happening at this time. But it's only the beginning here. You may have changed your diet. You may have added in a bit of exercise here. Something along those lines is also part of these positive seeds of change here. And see, when I spoke about those a new community and also circle of friends, see, it comes in as those new circle of friends are also part of those positive seeds here, guys. Yeah. See, I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to make better choices here. But what it also talks about here with the death card coming in is, but I know how to make those better choices here. I know what I need to do. Simply because that death card is yours, your card here. Just want to make sure here. Here. Pluto, that's it. See, it is coming in as, well, there is duality in here in your reading when you're coming in with Pluto, where the past needs to end in order for something better to come in here. That's what I'm also picking up here, Scorpio. Yeah. And that better here is actually coming in as yourself. That's what it's talking about, as well as your person here. Yeah, I get there with those cards for your person is wanting to be better, wanting to make better choices here. Alright, guys? Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's see what else, what other messages the cards have for you. Yeah, I do get here, guys, is that for your person coming in with both those cards is learning to trust. Learning to trust in oneself, that they're going to make the best decision, that or the decisions that they're going to make here is best for them. I do get that's both you and your person. It's not about taking things on a whim anymore here, guys. It comes in as serious, man. That's what I'm getting. So if you're going to, let's say, cut back on drinking alcohol here, that's a serious decision. Yeah, and so your person has to seriously think about here how they're going to do that. All right, here in your reading, it's all part of that here. Why they need to, how they're going to do that here, guys. I suppose you need to be mindful of what are you going to replace that with here. Yeah, you don't want to replace it with another pattern in here, but here. Thank you. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, okay, so you have the Five of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands, And you were also coming in with the Knight of Pentacles here in your reading. Obstacles and challenges here. Let me just get that one for you. Here's Scorpio. The obstacles and the challenges here are actually coming in for the King of Wands, not so much yourself here, Scorpio. I get here in your reading the want to stand on your own 2 feet, coming in with the Five of Pentacles here. See, for the King of Wands, what it's talking about there in your reading, it's almost like appreciating this King of Wands, because you're coming in with the Five of Pentacles here, but that's what I'm also picking up here. Yeah. Because with the Knight of Pentacles coming in, what it talks about there in your reading is that there is a delay here, the waiting for, see, one of those positive seeds that you could be waiting for here is from the King of Wands. Yeah, of course, the Knight of Pentacles, it's the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, of course, they can be seen as it's a serious decision for this person. It's a big decision. And what it talks about there is they don't want to just make that decision, okay, just because. Here in your reading, what they're actually wanting to do here, guys, is to make sure that this decision is going to be the right decision for them as well as for yourself here. That's what it's also talking about. I get with the Five of Pentacles coming in with the King of Wands here, there is something here that they're waiting for. That's what it's saying. Yeah, of course, the Five of Pentacles can be seen as lack here, but there's something about this person's foundation that they're actually waiting on here. Yeah. I need to keep going here, okay, Scorpio? Alright, so you were coming in with the Eight of Swords, you were coming in with the Knight of Swords here, And you also have the Three of Pentacles here in your reading. It comes in here with the Knight of Pentacles. Alright guys, it's coming in as independent here. Wanting to be independent here in your reading. Here of course it does have an element of freedom when you come in with your independence. Yeah. But what it can also talk about here in your reading is that with the King of the King of Wands, it comes in as stability, wanting to be stable, wanting to actually have something to offer here. Yeah, I do get here the obstacle and the challenges for when it comes to the King of Wands is they're actually holding back here. But of course there is a reason why they're doing that. And it is coming in as their stability, stable, their pentacles. They could be waiting for something here. Now potentially here, coming in with the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords here, see, it talks about there, with the Knight of Swords, I do see the Knight of Swords as actually someone who is learning. Alright guys, the Knight of Swords. And it's when you learn about a topic, you discover certain things, worldly things here, or even uni. Alright guys, see what it tells me there in your reading. For the Knight of Swords here, definitely a fear factor coming in here, stuck in fear here. It's only because with the Knight of Swords, you don't know. That person doesn't really know here. They only know what they know, but it isn't enough information. It's coming in as even though they've been told certain things here, yeah, they still don't want to believe it in a sense here. It's coming in that way as well. Yeah, it can be seen as quite a stubborn streak here, not wanting to know, not wanting to listen here. Defiance in a sense, yeah, most definitely here. Let's see. There are things here that are hidden, Scorpio is what it talks about. And wanting to know here what's hidden, okay, here in your reading, but not being able to know that. That's what it's talking about here. And so with the Three of Pentacles coming in here in terms of the Knight of Swords, here in your reading, that Knight of Swords is actually, it's all the time. It comes in as a pattern and a habit. Potentially here, it comes in as a pattern and a habit, and it also could come in as an addiction here that it's building, that you're actually, that's something you do every day. This Knight of Swords is check up on the King of Wands and what they're up to here. But for the King of Wands, here in your reading, what it's talking about there is that they do want their freedom. If it means coming in with the Five of Pentacles here, yeah. See, potentially here in your reading, when you're coming in with the Knight of Swords here, this Knight of Swords is going to be recognized here, yeah, for what they're doing in terms of, yeah, of course, keeping an eye or keeping tabs here. It's a lot more than keeping tabs here, guys, on the King of Wands, but also, it doesn't matter what people say, this person still won't see it that way. Here, there's not enough information is what it's saying. And what I mean by not enough information is that it's not the information that the Knight of Swords is wanting to hear and know here. Okay, so you're coming in with, excuse me, you were coming in with the Four of Wands here. Okay, let's go. So, yeah, of course, when you're coming in with the Four of Wands, what it can talk about there, and you do have the Death card and Temperance, it does connect back to the Four of Wands, and I can do that for you here in your reading. It talks about the time and attention you're going to give to yourself here to create changes in your life. See, the Four of Wands can also talk about commitment. It can talk about fully investing here. It can talk about making better choices here and creating change in your life. And I did talk about here in your reading is that it is coming in as small steps here. All right. So, you know, it's about the inside of you, the inner you here. And I talk about that a lot on my channel. You're coming in with patterns of thinking here. All right, shifting how you think. All right, guys, then you've got your actions, wisdom to take the correct action. You have your heart space here, your emotions, your feelings. All right, guys, you're coming in with appreciation, compassion, empathy, and even sympathy here, guys, yeah. And then you're also coming in with your everyday life, actually applying it here. Everything that I said about the Death card and the Temperance card here. See, the Four of Wands can talk about that stickability here, sticking at making these changes, the changes that your person is wanting here. All right. Okay, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, that Four of Wands to me comes in as the quadrant of life here, guys. Yeah. So it's also your body here, guys. Exercise, diet, nutrition. All right. Trendy, looking good here. Okay. And then you're also coming in with building a business here, guys. You're taking action in order to do that. All right. And also, well, it does, what I would say here is, it's like a cause here, guys. Investing in that. You're coming in with entrepreneur, and you're also coming in with humanitarian work when you're coming in with those Four Wands here in your reading. Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, Scorpio, and I'll catch you later. Bye.